Hey, this is Greg. Welcome to the channel. Well, today I got in a little hot water, got a little egg on my face, so to speak. Moderna came out with its third quarter earnings, and it was a disappointment to the street, and it resulted in quite a large sell-off. Last time I checked, around 17% down. I think it closed around 284 and change. So the reason I'm saying that I got egg on my face is that about 3 weeks ago, I came out with a short video that was intended to be just, a 1-minute update on Moderna and looking forward to the upcoming earnings report. And in that short video, which you can see on the channel, I predicted, so to speak, that Moderna would come in with third quarter earnings that would surprise the street, would be higher than expectations. And I was basing that mainly on what I thought was going to happen vis-a-vis their fantastic orders that they have signed up. They have like $20 billion of advanced orders signed up. So I thought that was going to translate to sales, but it turned out a little bit differently than what I thought. And so I'm going to talk about that today and set the record straight. A couple of my subscribers brought this up today, keeping me honest. So in this video, I'm going to go over the third quarter results that they reported and explain to you why I am completely unconcerned and why I think that today the sell-off was completely exaggerated and completely unwarranted. Okay, so I think a good way to get started here is let me share with you a couple of charts. To prepare for this video, I spent a couple hours listening to management's presentation to the street, and it was very interesting, very enlightening. And what I'll do is I'll put the link to that presentation in the description so you can check it out for yourself if you're so inclined. But I'll summarize it here for you. But if you want to check it out, I encourage you, if you're a serious investor in Moderna, it's very interesting and very instructive for you to follow exactly what's going on at the company, because it's really amazing. Okay, so here's the first chart I wanted to share with you. It's the third quarter financial results. Just give a brief summary here. You can see the revenue was $5 billion. That represents 208 million doses delivered. That was the issue. That was below where they were reporting and where analysts thought that they were going to be. This ranged up to 7 billion. Net income was 3.3. That was also a little bit lower. Important to point out, this is an amazing statistic. The cash and investments, basically cash-like investments on the balance sheet as of 9/30 is $15 billion. So they have $15 billion of cash on their balance sheet, which is amazing, because a year ago this was still a startup company. Okay, guys, so let's keep this in perspective. This is absolutely amazing. Their main product, of course, is the COVID-19 vaccine. Now here's another problem that people on Wall Street focused on. They reported that they believe that their 2021 range of delivered doses will be 700 to 800 million. Before it was 800 million to a billion. So that came down significantly, and I'll talk about why that happened in a couple of minutes, and as a result why I'm not concerned. They talk here a little bit about longer delivery times, the international shipments and exports. That had to do with the fact that this company has ramped up basically within a year from having no sales to having $5 billion of sales in a quarter. Okay? Do you have any idea the logistics involved in manufacturing that much product and delivering it? And basically they could not keep up with the orders that they had in the manufacturing facilities that they have. They believe this is going to be a temporary impact from their enormous expansion, okay? But they have basically, according to what they were saying on the release today, and it was an excellent presentation, they said that they really have accomplished all they wanted to on the manufacturing side, and they believe in very short order they are going to be in a position where some of those revenues that they thought were going to hit in 2021 are now going to hit in 2022, okay? And they projected that in 2021 they're going to have 15 to 18 billion. This is down from closer to 20 to 21 billion. So that was the source of the disappointment, okay? Here they say, of course, that they're going to have fewer doses sold in 2021, and some of those doses that they thought were going to come through in 2021 are being shifted to 2022. Okay, here's the third quarter results in a little bit more detail. You can see the dramatic increase, because guys, look, focus on this. Q3 2020, they were basically losing money, okay? They were losing money. 1 year later, they have $4.8 billion in product sales, okay? You add some of this, and you have a total of almost $5 billion in sales. Okay, you look at the costs of sales. The other thing that I noticed that is just amazing, if you look at companies, you'll realize that if you figure out what the operating margin is, in other words, the percentage that they make on every dollar that they sell of product, it's 71%. They have a 71% operating margin, okay? That means that these vaccines are insanely profitable, okay? So keep that in mind. Profit of 3.5 when you net out provision for income taxes, it's 3.3. Earnings on a fully diluted basis of $7.70 a share. Some of the estimates on Wall Street were around $9, and again, that accounts for the enormous sell-off today because they were disappointed with the quarterly results. But if you take it in the context of what they have achieved this year, these results are still absolutely amazing, but nevertheless, they were disappointing to Wall Street. Now take a look at this chart. Okay, so here's the year-to-date results, which are equally astounding. 10.7 billion in sales year-to-date. You add in the grants and some other revenues, you have 11.2 billion. Operating expenses of 3.3. You have 7.8 billion from operations. And look at year-to-date last year. They were losing money. They were losing a lot of money. Okay? 488 million to be exact. So, again, from a year-to-date standpoint, this is absolutely amazing. It's just that the estimates got a little bit ahead of themselves, and they assumed that a lot of their signed contracts were going to get delivered this year, and of course that turned out to not be the case. Now let's just take a brief look at the summary of the pipeline. Now this is another thing. I won't go through all of this in the interest of time. Again, I would encourage anyone who is interested in looking at this further to go to their website. There's a lot of detail on the website as to what exactly the entire pipeline is. But here you can see it's divided into respiratory vaccines, latent vaccines, and therapeutics. Under the respiratory vaccines, of course, you have the COVID-19 vaccine, Spikevax. That's a trademark that they use in several countries, I guess Canada. And they have, as you probably know, they have submitted formal approval request to the FDA to be granted a formal approval on a priority basis. They have not received that yet, but that will be coming within the next 6 months. Once they achieve that, that'll be a big lift for the company. They are working on a flu vaccine, which has a lot of promise. They are working on a number of other vaccines that involve respiratory diseases. They have a combination COVID and flu vaccine, which is very promising, and all kinds of stuff. This is the 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐤𝐞 which I've referred to on this channel before. That's in phase 3 trials. That'll be, assuming everything goes well, that'll be going into commercialization soon. This EBV vaccine. Here is the personalized cancer vaccine, which I've talked about, and I just did a video on this, that once this is hopefully approved, this can be their secret weapon, so to speak, and this alone could double the stock price just in and of itself, but it is a little ways off. This is the personalized cancer vaccine that they are developing with Merck. And I won't go through all of this stuff, but I would encourage you to go to the website. I'll put the link in the description to go to the website so you can take a look at that and see their full pipeline, which is extremely extensive. I think at this point it's 37 vaccines and other various meds that are in various stages of either development or phase 1 to 3 trials. Okay, so as I said at the beginning of this video, if you've been watching this channel, if you're a subscriber and you've been following along for some time with me, you know that I've done quite a few videos on Moderna. Moderna is my second largest holding at this point in time. I'm still extremely excited about the company, but what you have to understand, and what I have to remind myself, because I think I made a mistake making a short-term prediction on earnings on a stock that I am basically in for the long term, and the source of my recommendation is definitely for a 3 to 5 year time period. Now, I know a lot of people out there are more short-term players. Yes, you can trade this stock. It's extremely volatile. I have traded it. And I'm very, very comfortable with my average cost. I started recommending this stock on this channel when it was selling for $1.24 a share. I started buying it then, and I averaged up. My cost is around $1.50 a share, so I'm extremely happy with my basis. And this is going to be a stock that I'm going to hold for the long term, and just watch the sales and earnings explode. Alright, so I hope you got some value out of this. I hope I set the record straight for you subscribers out there that noticed that I kind of screwed up a little bit. But look, nobody's perfect. I'm trying to do the best I can here. I did spend a lot of time going through the management presentation so that I can give you some quality content here. If you got value out of this, please subscribe and like if you're not already subscribed, and hit the bell so you can get noticed when I come out with further videos, both on this and a variety of different subjects in the future. And I'm very glad to have you here, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And please stay tuned for future presentations, which will be coming your way very soon.